So interestingly enough, a couple days ago, there was a new trending hashtag called DemExit. And I thought to myself, that looks oddly similar. So, if you don't already know the political breakdown, there's several sections of people and they fall within a spectrum, almost like a gender spectrum, but, you know, less fictional. Anyways, the the spectrum is that the people that were moderately left, such as myself, kind of centrist ish, lean left on a lot of issues, kind of center on some others, which means you have some right issues, I guess. The center left a long time ago. The hashtag walk away, if you may remember, the classical liberals, a little bit more left than me, probably, not quite, somewhere in between. They already left. We're gone. Okay, so that exodus happened, and we decided the person that speaks more to what we want is the current sitting president. Well, now there's Dem exit. And what do you think they're going to do? They're not going to vote for Trump. They're ideologically driven to go to the left. These people that are leaving the Democratic Party, as it were, since they're doing a Dem exit, saying never again, how dare you vote for Sanders or for Biden. Biden's a little center left. He's a lot like Trump, actually. Same gaffe machine, same kind of stupid ass mouth, similar policies, but not quite. I mean, a little bit more left than me, to be comfortably honest. Um, and actually, I kind of agree with some of his policies. Well, that's fine, I guess, but at the same time, I'm not completely sure that that dude is fit for office. And seeing how he speaks, the way he handles himself, knowing that he's corrupt as fuck, just like every other Democrat and Republican that's been in the office for 30 fucking years, I don't trust him. I don't trust anything he has to say. But I don't particularly trust Trump either. So, I mean, what are you going to do? The only person that's done good for this country thus far and actually delivered on the promises that he promised, better or for worse, is Trump. I've not seen a president do that in a very, very long time. Reagan might be the next one. And even then, like, some of his stuff was stupid and atrocious. Like, Reaganomics was retarded, just to say the least. I remember studying that in high school. But I'm just curious. Dem exit. What do you think you're going to accomplish? Why? Do you think the Democratic Party was for you in the first place just because they elected a few wackaloons that decided to align with the Democratic Party? And I'm pretty sure the ones that got into that particular side only did so because they know the Democrats are left ish, and they know that the Democrats in general are easily swayed toward left leaning ideals. But then you got a socialist in there. That's the end result of leftism in general, as an ideological thinking position. You're going to go socialist, you're going to go commie. And what else is there? Even I had socialist leanings at one point in time until I realized that shit won't work. And that only took a little bit of study. Read a few books, watched other countries collapse under the strain, realized all that would happen is government controls literally everything, which means, well, it'll fail because the government can't do anything right. So, what else is there? I mean, seriously, what else is there? So, when they came up with this hashtag, the Dem Exit hashtag, it only lasted a couple days. And it's outraged Twitter, stupid fucks, anyways. But the people that are like, no Joe Biden because Sanders is awesome, I'm leaving the Democratic Party, fuck y'all. Well,
What? You apologize for that?
I think it's important to say that this whole Dem exit thing is them venting frustration. But I also think all those people that are saying it, who happen to be in the Democratic Party, who happen to be um, far leftist, they're just going to not vote. They're not going to vote for anyone. So the difference between walk away and the Dem exit is clearly simple. There's the Dem exit people are not going to vote. The walk away hashtag, however, there you are. Come here, you. What are you doing?
Oh, damn it. Gotta start again.
The walk away hashtag, those people are going to vote and vote for their self interest. Vote for the person that actually kind of represents more liberal values than the liberals and isn't fucking crazy. Now, this is all a result of pandering to the left, making Twitter believe that Twitter is real, essentially, when it isn't.
Do it again.
So Twitter made its own universe, as it were, and now you have people saying that they are going to not vote. That's exactly what Dem exit means. They're just not going to vote Democrat anymore because the Democrats don't represent them. Why? Because they didn't go socialist. And it, even with the recent darling of the left, super uber gay socialist dude who recently came out as filthy fucking rich, seems to demonstrate all these crazy people are ones that got a silver spoon handed to them to where they could be fed by their butler and not even have to use their own hands. I find it ironic that those that have the most money advocate for policy that would work against them. But I think they do it from a kind heart. Believe it or not, their life was super easy, but life in general is really fucking hard. They just want it super easy for everyone. That's not how life works, sadly. Life is hard, and then you die. Those that were born into privilege, born into rich, wealthy families that had everything handed to them, their parents were uber successful, they did some software companies that did like lots of money, and then they were sold, bought out by bigger companies because that's usually what happens. Well, you don't know how good you have it. It's one of the lessons I'm actually trying to make sure my kids understand. You don't know how good you have it. So maybe you should realize how good you really have it. That's the ones that are doing the Dem exit, the ones that are champagne socialists, that whole movement, don't realize how good they truly have it. But they want it taken away because that's what they're voting for. That's what's amazing to me. They seem to think that having everything free makes life easier for all. They seem to think having everything for free makes life easier for all. It doesn't. It puts the burden on everyone. When you're talking about distributed wealth, you're talking about distributed anything, for that matter of fact, and then also simultaneously giving free shit to everyone, you're distributing the burden amongst the people. Instead of individuals holding their own, you have groups holding everyone. Well, imagine that stupid ass freaking picture where they have the tall, the middle, and the short kid, and they're all trying to see over the fence to the baseball game. What happens is, put a ceiling on that. You got 100 people, all different varying, those three different varying sizes. All the ones at the top, the taller people, are holding all the burden. Eventually, they get crushed and broken until the middle people are now all holding the burden. So those two people now are holding everything else up while the little dude can't even reach the fucking weight. But then they talk about giving that person a lift. So now they have to carry the weight too, which actually just pushes them down even more. You crush the third person, or the middle two, the top and the middle person, until you're down to the lowest person. Now everybody's carrying the burden because you've distributed the weight. It amazes me that they even use that infographic because it actually demonstrates their ignorance. They're showing the before and after effects of equity, not equality versus.
I am dumbfounded.
Demexit is a retard collection of people that are just not going to vote. Walk away, however, as people that got sick of the craziness and said, no, we're for now going to the Republicans because you've all lost your goddamn minds. And rightly so. And apparently there's still a few people out there that are Democratic that thought Biden was a good idea. We'll see how that pans out, shall we? That's going to be entertaining. And as a final thought, I would have voted for Tulsi. I think she was solid. I don't agree with all of her policies, but her foreign war policy was solid. Her border policy was solid. But the free shit, I think that was pandering. I don't think that would ever happen. She wants to try and do a universal basic healthcare system where basic services are free. I kind of agree with that, to be honest. Like going in for strep throat, you don't have to pay a dime. Common cold, don't have to pay a dime. Break your foot, break your arm, broken bones. That might cost some more because, x-ray machines aren't cheap. And neither is casting or the new technologies of casting. So I'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time.
Do it again.